Hey guys, welcome back to the Eclectic ADHD podcast. I'm your host B. That is your co-host Dakota that just burped.
It just came out. I'm so sorry.
Grab a cuppa, get comfy, and enjoy the chaos. So we are going to start off with the Tell Anonymous. Um, as usual. If you guys are noticing that I didn't dance as vigorously and I look dead, it's because I just got home on Saturday from a 5 day holiday down in Aberdeen. That was non-stop walking, non-stop interaction, and non-stop noise. Literally, even when I was sleeping, I was in a room with a man that was snoring. Snoring doesn't bother me. It's how I grew up. My dad would snore, you could hear him through concrete walls. But good God. Um,
Isn't it a relief I don't?
hmm?
Isn't it a relief I don't snore?
Are you fucking with me right now? Do you want me to pull up a video of you snoring?
I'll pull up one of you snoring. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I'll pull up one of you snoring. I don't want to
I've
hear it. I got a good one.
I don't usually snore. That's only
No,
when I'm in
you
the
fucking
dead to the
dead.
world sleep because I just gotten off the boat that night. I was fucking tired. But anyway, I'm pretty much dead to the world right now. Um I'm not in burnout. It's not like a I want to kill myself feeling and like I want to rip my skin off. It's just that I'm tired and I need some rest. Because I got off the boat Saturday morning, had to go to my dad's, had to go to my nana's to pick up my dog, had to go to my dad's to pick up my birthday present, and then I was dropped back home, and I had about an hour to myself. Then I was on call to Dakota, and not that that's stressful or anything. It is still interaction, but it's not an interaction that steals spoons. It's one that sort of negatives itself out. He doesn't steal spoons, but he doesn't give me spoons when I'm like this either. So I'm just kind of like there. Um,
You can just keep your spoons. I don't fucking want them.
I need them. And then
I need them.
Sunday, I had to go to my sister's gender reveal party for her baby. Um, which I already knew because that's why we went down to Aberdeen. We went for a gender scan because they don't do them through the NHS up here. There's no private practices up here. It's a tiny fucking island. Why would we have a private practice? And yeah, we found out the gender on like last Thursday. But anyway, Sunday was super busy, so we had that gender reveal party for everyone else, and then um, D&D. My brother and my friend comes over, and Dakota's on call, so it was another form of interaction. And I was working today 2 till 5. I know that's not long, okay, and usually I'm actually quite happy to start working again. I've recently come out of burnout, just not after a holiday. I think if they need me like tomorrow or in 3 days' time, I'm gonna be like, look, I'm really sorry. Hit me up next week and I can do something for you. But no, I need a week. I need to mentally recover.
Because I
Um,
mean, it wasn't individual items weren't bad. It's just you were on the boat Friday night, which is like 12 hours long. You
I
came
had an
home.
hour sleep on the boat down. An hour sleep.
Yeah. We were supposed to do stuff whenever we were on call because you did a whole bunch of stuff that day, but then you got home and I think it was like 10 o'clock at night for you, and
Yeah.
so we
So
just crawled in bed and went straight to sleep, and then you woke up super early the next day,
why are you
left the
telling my
house.
stories?
It's just everything combined together is the reason why you're exhausted right now,
I will
and
walk you through. I will walk you through
then
the week
Sunday. Sunday, you can blame me for Sunday because after the D&D we were supposed to watch the movie
and then
and we
film
didn't.
on time. This is Monday now that we're filming this.
I stayed up all night long Saturday night.
And he fucked
I
up his
was up
sleep
all the way.
schedule.
till
And he had,
after
so
D and
he
D.
had to take a nap.
You could have come with me.
I didn't need a nap. I needed to film the podcast so I could go to sleep. I have a bedtime. I'm a child. You know what? No, I'm not a child. I'm 22 years old and I need a goddamn bedtime routine, okay? I'm not out here partying, doing drugs, and having fucking sex galore. I am an elderly woman, okay? My bones feel like they're 80 years old. I need sleep. That's all I want.
Just a
Sleep and good
baby.
food. I just a baby. So basically Monday night we were on the no. Was it Monday night? Yeah, Monday night we were on the boat. The cabin was so fucking hot. If you know about Northlink cabins, you know that when you go in, you immediately have to turn down the heat to 0. Turn that bitch off. Doesn't matter if it's only you in that fucking cabin. You turn that bitch off. It gets hot in there quick. And so yeah, it was fucking hot. I spent most of the time out of the cabin, and when I was in the cabin, I was sweating, and I had about an hour's sleep because it just wasn't nice being that hot. Um, then when we got to Aberdeen Tuesday morning, we immediately went to Costco. We immediately went to Asda, and then we went to Cadona's. Which, if you know Cadona's, the inside is loud as fuck, and then when you go outside, it's loud as fuck. And we had to go on go karts and the fucking caterpillar and everything. I had to go on a water slide. No, well, not a water slide. It was a water ride. Fuck off! I'm cold enough as it is. Leave me alone. Um, it was just a
My
lot. Every day there was something on, and it was busy all day. But Tuesday night we went to go watch the Minecraft movie in 4DX. Brilliant! What an amazing idea. That was great. But we only got back to the hotel at 11:30 at night, and I had scheduled to call Dakota when that night so that I could say goodnight to him. But I messaged him and I was like, "Fuck you! I'm going to bed. I love you. Bye." And that night, I got 2 hours of sleep rather than the 8 or 9 that I needed. But the only reason I got 2 hours was because the entire of the night, from 11 till about 5, I was aware that I was trying to sleep. I wasn't actually asleep. My eyes were shut. I was basically just on autopilot with trying to sleep. It was fucking hell. Anyway, I've been rambling about this fucking trip. Very thankful. My sister paid for me. I barely spent any money away. I'm not in a financial hardship because I went away because my sister paid for me. I'm very lucky. I'm very grateful. I loved the holiday. It was great fun. I'm not doing it again. I will. I will. If I got asked to go away tomorrow, but yeah. Yeah. Let's go.
Right,
Anyway.
let's get this hurried up because I'm apparently abusing myself today. Stab myself in the chin with my nail and just smack myself in the nose with my vape. So let's move on, please.
Um, how quickly can you forgive if someone says sorry?
Depends on what they did.
What do we say? What do I say constantly? What do we say, everyone?
Sorry
Sorry
without
without
change is
change is
just
just
manipulation.
manipulation.
Yeah.
If they change, I can forgive. I can do that.
To me it depends on what they did. You crash into my car and you say sorry, you didn't see me. All right, fine. Mistakes happen. You eat my entire package of blueberries? Nah, that was a fucking choice and you deserve to rot in hell for it. And you can swallow a
um,
Lego.
oh, no, that's horrible. Um, as if people tell me sorry, I expect change and I expect more from them. If they say sorry and do not change, they're dead to me, regardless of what it is. You've shown me who you are in that moment. If you say sorry, say like you snap one of my pencils. This happened, by the way. This happened in real fucking life. Someone snapped in my bedroom. This was a very close friend of mine. snapped my pencil, said, "Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to." I was like, "It's alright, it's just a pencil." Then proceeded to pick up my calculator and snap that in half, the lid, to my calculator, and was like, "Oh, sorry." Like, no, you're paying for that. Like, I might not need a calculator, I might not be in school, but you're fucking paying for that now. You need to buy me new shit now. Like, now you owe me for what you broke. First one, I was like, yeah, right. It's a pencil. Who cares?
I've never apologized for breaking your bed. I just realized that. I never said sorry for breaking your steel bed.
That's because you're not sorry.
You're damn fucking right I'm not.
I'm not
I am
sorry.
sorry that we found out about I am sorry that we found out about it after I had left.
I'm
Because I could
sorry.
have attempted to bend it back into place. I
No.
didn't so that it didn't finish breaking because it was
What,
still technically held together.
what I'm sorry about is that my dad found out and then proceeded to call sex bedroom acrobatics.
I mean, to be fair, that bed, I bent that bed in several different scenarios in several different places. I mean, I think you lost three of the rungs under the bars under the bed because I broke two of them in half and broke the weld and bent it the other one. And then at the foot of your bed, the baseboard that little bars that stick up, yeah, that motherfucker got bent down.
That wasn't you that broke that.
No, it was already like that,
Yeah,
but I made it worse.
you did. You made it worse. Um,
I'm still not sorry for that either.
but yeah, no, dad. I had moved out by this point. I was actually in this flat. No, it was just before I was getting a new flat, and I asked if I could have that bed back because I left it at my dad's. Um, so I asked if I could have it, and he said, "Oh, the middle bit's not with it." And I was like, "Why is the middle bit not with it? The middle bit that goes in between the slats to hold them up and keep support stable." I was like, "Why is the middle bit not with it?" And he said, "Well, I looked at the bed. Bearing in mind, everyone, my dad is thick Walser accent. I'm not even going to attempt. I'm not even going to attempt it. No one would be able to understand it. So my dad turns to me and he goes, "Well, I looked at the bed and I realised that the bars were bent right where you were sleeping." And I thought, you're not that hard of a sleeper, so I just assumed your bedroom acrobatics bent the metal." He's like, "My bedroom acrobatics? What do you mean?" He was like, "You an Amish boy?" I was like, "No,
At the
I'm your
time when I
sweet."
first went over there, my beard was like down to here, like it
Yeah.
was full.
But everyone knows that if dad gives you a nickname, it's endearment. It's not meant to be a horrible thing. So now he's
It's
Amish
better than
boy.
Yankee.
Yeah, Yank and Amish boy. It's in term of endearment. You're welcomed into the family. I get called Monkey.
Yeah, but that's just the funniest part about that whole scenario is you didn't know that the bed was fucked till he found it.
Yeah. Till he told me, I was like, "Oh."
And then you went and investigated and sent me pictures, and that's when you realized the bars weren't just bent. They were bent, and the welds were snapped on several of them, and a few of them
Anyway,
almost were ripped
anyway,
apart.
anyway. Do you like your height?
Yeah, I suppose so. I don't think she'd like me if I was any taller.
Why?
Because that would have meant that I was that height in high school.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh. No,
you'd have found that picture and went, no, we can't do this no more.
Ugh. Um, for everyone that doesn't know, I've pictures of him in high school. He is so skinny and scrawny. He genuinely looks like a skinny boy. You know that this is going to be horrible, but I don't care. You know that meme, that boy that did like a stick insect thing on Vine? because he was so skinny and had like an emo haircut. Needed like a stick insect thing because he was so fucking skinny. He looked like that in high school, and it was really quite traumatizing. The thought of him losing weight now gives me the genuine fear. I think I have a phobia of skinny Dakota.
I was skinny like that because of baseball and working out. I mean, and I didn't consume enough food to actually build any fat or grow my muscles really. I mean, I ate enough to maintain what I looked like, but I kept working out. I was strong as shit. And I looked pretty good, but I was skinny as fuck cuz I didn't put I had like 1% body fat. I swear to god, it was that bad.
He was damn near see through. Your height, wouldn't be. I dated someone that was 6'4". Height doesn't bother me. If you were shorter than me, I would have an issue because I want to feel like a baby. Um,
Yeah, you
but my
big
height, I
jacket.
like my height. My height is very average for a Shetlander, I guess. I'm 5'3", 5'4" in the summer. It doesn't. People genuinely laugh at me when I say that, but it's genuinely fucking true. I shrink in the winter and I grow in the summer. I don't know what people want from me. I have the measurements to prove it.
You are actually a
um,
really good height though, because you can put on heels and you're right up there near me. So
yeah.
it's
Um,
just nice.
would you give someone a second chance?
Depends on what they did, on why we broke up the first time. Like obviously, there's a certain two people that are never getting a fucking chance.
But you would give them a second chance right now?
Oh no, I was talking about you.
Mm.
You could fuck around and fuck everything up, and I'd give you another fucking chance.
As you fucking
Unless you
should.
did what those two. Unless you did what those two did.
Valid. No, you don't get second chances from me anymore. You fuck me over once, you're done, you're gone. My ex best friend can tell you that. He fucked me over. Bye. In the bin. Fuck off. He's lucky I haven't fucking put a hex on him. That's taken real fucking strength. It's not actually. I'm a good person, folks. What series from when you were a kid do you want to rewatch? Pocoyo.
Like TV series.
Yeah, TV show. Like Peppa Pig, that sort of thing. Pocoyo for me. Fucking love Pocoyo.
Most of the stuff I watched as a kid, you can still watch.
Yeah.
They've like recorded all the shit,
Yeah,
so
but
you can
what
go
would
back.
it be?
Shit. There's a lot.
Balamori. What's the story of Balamori? Where would you
I
like
have
to go?
no idea. I've never heard of that, by the way. So
I
this
know
is
you
gonna
haven't.
be
It's a Scottish thing.
yeah. If I had to pick one, simply because I enjoyed it during the summer, and it fueled my I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. It would have to be Phineas and Ferb.
There's 104 days of summer
Summer
vacation
vacation, and school comes along just to
just to
end
end
it.
it. Yeah, I would rewatch Pocoyo. I don't think they make episodes anymore, so I would have to be like a YouTube rewatch. How do you deal with making a big mistake in front of others? I have this cool thing where I just die on the spot.
She literally just collapses to the ground until I come
Yeah.
pick her ass up and drag her away.
Yeah.
Sorry, y'all. Apparently she died. Oh well, I'll get her out of the way. Just drag her off, put her in the
Clean up
car. We're
on
leaving.
aisle B.
All right, time to go home. We're done here.
um, Honestly, I'll laugh it off and make it out to be a joke. I'm assuming it's like spilling like water or something on something that I really shouldn't have been like, oh, I'm so sorry. like blah blah blah, and then if they laughed, I would laugh too. But I would go home and I would genuinely cry my eyes out of embarrassment. I can't handle being embarrassed. It really upsets me, and it really like affects me. Can't do it.
Well, if it's something like pouring the water, like or spilling water or something, it's like, oh, I spilled water on my shoe. Damn, I can get things wet without even trying, and then
Um,
laugh about it, and walk the fuck away because it's just like that's so fucking out of pocket to fucking say because you spilled a little bit of fucking water.
if it's like walking somewhere and you know that people are watching you, but you almost trip, or like you trip and catch yourself, I genuinely will start walking anywhere other than that place. I will get lost if I need to.
I, I turn around and I investigate it. Like, what made me fall? That way it looked like something happened instead of me just tripping over my own foot. Just like, what happened here?
What happened? Um, I always find your jokes really funny. Thank you. Thank you very
That wasn't
much.
directed at you, that was directed at me. Because I am a joke.
You're right, that is funny. I think I forgot to laugh. Um,
It's okay, I'll laugh for you. There you are. I got you. I told you I was
how
going
do
to
you
get you.
feel about sharing your feelings?
I love you.
How do you feel about sharing your feelings?
Fuck off.
Oh,
The only person getting any of my feelings is my baby. I was gonna say
um,
something that would have been inappropriate. I'm sorry.
then don't. Um, it depends who with and what about. Um, honestly, who with and what about is depending on how much I'll share of my feelings on something. What nicknames do you like in a relationship?
I think it just all of them. I don't
Yeah,
like if it's a nickname or pet name kind of thing. The only person who should be calling you that is your partner.
didn't ask that.
Yeah, but in a relationship, you should like all of them. There
No, you
shouldn't be one
shouldn't.
that's like, oh, I don't like that one because Dave across the street calls me that. Why the fuck is Dave calling you that?
Baby, just answer the question, please.
That's what I'm telling you. That I am answering the question. You should like all of them
But you shouldn't
because
know.
there
I don't
shouldn't
like
be
it when you
any that
call me
are
certain
done in
things.
outside of a relationship. Yeah, there's certain things you don't like, but that's simply because of your past.
Yeah, baby, everyone has pet names that they don't like. You wouldn't like if I called you my sugar puff pastry, would you?
I mean, you gonna put whipped cream on me?
No.
We'll work on that one.
Mm. See, like, this is my point. Anyway, what's your secret to staying strong? Protein.
Three things. Three simple steps, right? You ready? You ready? You guys got to better get a pen and a piece of paper, and you better write this down. Okay, step one: consume an ungodly amount of Monster or Red Bull. Okay,
Not Red Bull.
followed up by a cup of coffee. Okay. Second, sugar. It doesn't matter what kind of sugar. You just got to eat some food that has sugar in it. Okay, that's step two. Okay, get you the shakes. Okay. And number three, the most important one of all, a stupid desire and adrenaline rush to fight God.
Anyway, I think you're way too into yourself.
Who the fuck am I supposed to be into?
Me?
I am into you. I'm into you a hell of a lot more than I'm into myself.
I wish you were
A lot
in
of what
me.
I have to. I wish I was in you, and then you have to make.
Yeah, you behave. Go on. Um, what small things make you happy?
You.
Valid.
I contemplated whether that would be okay or not to say.
You make me happy as well.
I know something that's not. You're finding it funny how hard I'm struggling here.
I like watching you struggle.
Oh,
Um,
I could say something to that too.
can you just like shut up?
Yep, go ahead.
Um, you know who is spreading these false rumors about you? Nope, and I don't care. Tattoo or
What
piercing?
rumor?
Tattoo. I'm always on the move. Would you mind dating someone like that?
No.
We're literally long distance. The fuck? Anyway.
Yeah, I think they were. I think it was more along the lines of you dating them.
Oh, no,
You
fuck
would be
off.
okay. Yeah, no, fuck off.
Anyway,
All right, take it.
our movie review this week is Warcraft. Um, the director is Duncan Jones. The genre is action, adventure, and fantasy. I absolutely would watch it again. I really enjoyed that movie. So long story short, a few human survivors must team up with a group of dissenting orcs to stop an orc horde from invading their planet through a magical portal. Best moments. What were your best moments?
So one of the best moments was the way the Guardian teleported. Just the intricacy of that, pulling it all at his fingertips and then throwing it down. I was like, oh, that's such a badass thing. Like, look at how much power I have, motherfucker. I loved that. Um, the lightning wall, like you could just know that people were starting to sense like power was being drawn to one spot. You could physically see it being drawn. It was amazing.
Hmm,
And I know most of it was CGI, but that was still fucking cool.
of course.
um, and the way the Guardian died, using the last of his last breath to try to save as many people as possible. That was a good moment right there.
Um, my best moments were the giant wolf orcs. They were cool as fuck. I really liked them. The giant wolves that they rode. Um, the throat singing music they had in the background playing. Loved that. I loved that they added that. And honestly, the best moment of the entire fucking movie was the fact that Glenn Close is in it. Fucking phenomenal woman that she is. Do you know who that is? She played Cruella de Vil in the 101 Dalmatians live action. She was Cruella.
Yep. Yep.
Glenn Close is a fucking phenomenal person. The only person that they could top to get that spot would be Meryl Streep. But Glenn Close was phenomenal. What were your worst moments?
Um, when he stuck his fingers in the mouth of the body.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh god, I know that was slimy. When the Frostwolf chief was killed in the battle, in the 1v1, um, by a cheater.
Mm.
He cheated to kill him in a 1v1 battle and didn't respect the tradition. That was one of the worst moments. I hated that. I was so mad about that. And the other one is near the end. How the human so quickly turned on the orc girl. I don't remember her name. I didn't write it down. Um, just because he saw the dagger in the back of his neck, the
Mm.
king's neck. It didn't even cross his mind that the king would want that to happen as a way to bring peace. It's crazy.
Um, my worst moments are the horses dying. I hate watching animals die, especially horses. Um, the fucking ads. Every like 10 minutes it was an ad. And I was just, it's not actually part of the movie, but fuck off. Why does there need to be that many ads? I'm trying to watch a movie, not fucking watch ads. Piss off. And then honestly, the one scene that was the worst for me was the classic baby in the river, mother dying. So overused, so overdone in movies. It's the same every damn time. She's escaping something, so she puts the baby in the fucking river, and then she magically fucking dies, and it's just. Come on now, you could have had time to float away down that river with that baby so that it didn't lose both kids, both parents. But they don't. So, your favorite quotes?
So one of my favorite quotes was the way that the Guardian described the fell.
And how
That
was that?
was that was pretty good.
Mm-hmm. And
Just
well,
the way I couldn't find it, by the way. But it's just how the fell consumes everything. It takes life from everything, corrupts those that use it, and kills those that are around it. And it was just phenomenal.
mm.
Really was.
My favorite quote is when the second in command chief, or whatever the fuck his name is, snaps off the chieftain's tusk that died in the 1v1 and says, "For your son, so your spirit can teach him." Um, I just thought that was really beautiful and it was really powerful, and I loved that so much. Um, I also took two notes. Um, one is just saying adding Glenn Close to this movie instantly made it a phenomenal movie for me. Instantly will watch it again because of her in that one 10-second scene. Um, I love how they fluently transitioned between languages. So it made it seem like we could speak Orc, but we couldn't speak English because they would go from speaking Orc and having it translated to English to zooming in on the Orcs and they're speaking English and we can't speak like whatever language the humans are speaking. It makes it seem like we can speak the Orc language, and I think that was really cool how they did that. And added that in honestly because it would have been so much easier to just have a translator. But they
Yeah.
added that in for us, and I think it was honestly amazing. Um,
Yeah.
Overall, I would 100% watch that movie again. I cannot wait for number two. They left it on a cliffhanger, and we will absolutely be watching that.
Oh yeah, I was happy when I saw that. I was like, that's great that they left that on a cliffhanger. But they left it on a cliffhanger that so many movies have fucking done before.
Yeah.
Baby down the river. Fucking really?
No, that's not the cliffhanger they left it on.
That was the last scene.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
The
What
last
came after
scene.
that then?
The last scene was him picking up the king's body and flying away, and then them all saying that we have to kill all the orcs and blah 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 blah. That scene of the like mother dying was way before the
You
one v
missed the
one.
part.
No, I didn't.
So you know that the baby was found by humans.
Oh no.
Yeah, after he picks up the tusk, I believe it rolls to the credits. After the credits, the baby is found by humans
Oh
on
yeah.
the edge of the river.
I don't watch
Yeah,
post credits.
yeah, you got to with some movies because they do that. I did. I was like, I'm just gonna let it play out just in case. And I discovered it by accident. The
Oh
baby
okay.
was found by humans and picked up, and at the end scene is the baby going. "Arr."
Oh
It's the
okay.
last, very last scene is that baby doing that, and I was like, was like, that's a fucking cliffhanger that pisses me off. I hate those ones.
Oh, but yeah, no, I knew that they had a number two because when I was researching the movie, it showed like number two trailer or something like that. Um, but yeah, absolutely do recommend if you're into fantasy action sort of movies. Phenomenal movie. Um, I'm not big on fantasy movies, in all honesty. I will sit and watch it if I have to. Um, so actually finding one that I actually enjoyed was new for me. Um, I've sort of just been told my entire life that I have to love Lord of the Rings and I have to enjoy Harry Potter and I have to enjoy Star Wars and Star Trek and blah 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 blah. I just don't. I just think that it's a load of pish, really. I understand why it's such a phenomenal thing. I understand it. It's amazing movies and I love how they put it together and Tolkien and all that. I love all of that, but I just don't care for the movies.
Yeah.
I just don't care.
The thing about like Lord of the Rings and Harry, specifically Harry Potter, is they took years to do Harry Potter. Like when they started, when
I
Daniel
know.
started that, he was 11.
Yeah, I know.
He finished at 18.
I
They
really
took
enjoy Harry
long to
Potter.
do it.
I quite like Harry Potter. I like Star Trek and I liked Star Wars. I just won't ever watch it again.
Yeah. But like Lord of the
Unpop-
Rings, go ahead.
Unpopular opinion, Yoda is fucking useless. Fucking useless. Little green
Yeah.
bastard. He's useless.
Yeah. And other than the new Mandalorian, he's the only one of his species that's ever seen in any of the movies.
Yep.
In fact, there's rumors that said people were coming up with ideas that said that Yoda, being as strong as he was in the Force specifically, to where he could see the future, which by the way, he's the only one who can fucking do that, was only because his entire species was dead, and that his powers were because all of their force that was going to that species was now only going to him.
Mm-hmm.
So
Anyway,
that,
um, yeah, that's our review. And yeah, fuck, where is it?
next week she will be picking the movie.
Yeah,
So we'll see what happens there.
I gotta go Biggie Bins. I'm so dead.
Yeah.
Leave a like, leave a follow, leave a subscribe, turn a little notification thing on, pretty please. Um, and yeah, see you guys next week. Oh, we also are going live every Sunday while we're watching the movie. Um, doing some little mini battles. Just having fun, really. If you guys want to
Just
hop in,
as we get set up for the movie,
yeah.
getting snacks and drinks and stuff. Obviously, like next time we'll do it a little sooner.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,